Hello, manifestors. As promised, this is my first face on camera video on this channel. Anyway, I haven't done a video like this in a very long time. And if you like it, then I'll keep doing videos this way. It doesn't mean it's going to be better content, but for those who like to have people on camera talking to them, well, maybe it's better for you. So I will be making a video about my fantastic 2023 year, where I've manifested a lot of things. Some of them I can't be very specific because it's very personal, but it's been an amazing year for me. And by the way, I've just written an article on my blog, the first one of the year and the first one since summer 2022, on my blog about what you need to do to create the best year ever for 2024. And I'm going to link it down below this video. Also, I'll be making a video about about a client of mine who manifested her SP after a long time. Why a long time? Was it because it takes a long time? No, it doesn't take any time to manifest anything, right? Time is an illusion. But it took her a few years because, well, she wasn't ready, she wasn't doing the right thing, whatever it was. It doesn't matter because now she has her manifestation. And for those who feel like they want to give up, maybe this type of video will help you. But for today, what I want to do is to help you create the best year ever. So basically, my video is going to be on the same theme as my blog post for those who are lazy to read or don't like to read. But anyhow, for those who don't know me, my name is Sylviane. I am a manifesting coach. My channel is all about manifesting, not just an SP, but about the law. I'm following what Neville Goddard taught us. I'm following spiritual law, the law by which everything exists under the sun. So what should you do to manifest the best year ever? Well, number one, you need to make a decision. Everything starts with a decision. If you don't make the decision to change, or even better, to become the person you want to be, then you are making the decision to stay the same. There is no middle ground here. There's just one or the other. You are making the decision to change, or you are making the decision to stay the same. So if you're not making the decision to change who you are now by being, embodying, occupying the state of the person you want to be, then you are making the decision to stay the same. So that's number one. Number two, you have to understand that manifesting is something you've always done. You're not starting just now in 2024 or last year in 2023. You've been manifesting your life every single day of your life. So how do we manifest? Well, we manifest based on our assumptions, on our beliefs, by the imaginal acts that are running in our mind 24/7 through the medium of thoughts, inner conversations, the images, the films, the movies that are going through our mind. All of that is imagination. And I've said it many times off camera. Maybe by saying this to you face to face is going to help you to get it once and for all. We imagine all the time. And the more you become aware and awake, the more you become conscious of this law and of yourself in regards to the law, the more you can observe yourself. What are you thinking about 24/7, every moment of the day? Catch yourself. So this is what you need to start doing now to create the best year for 2024. What are you creating in your mind in the form of all kind of things? Like I said, images, movies, thoughts, inner conversations, the fights that you may have in your mind with other people. What are you creating in your mind right now that is going to create your following weeks, months, and years? So if you want to make this year the best year ever, you start by making the decision to become the person you want to be. And you become when? You become now. You make the decision now to become who you want to be. And you start watching your thoughts, watching your mind as a whole, right? Because if you're watching just your little thoughts, well, thoughts, they stem from the state. So they are a telltale sign of the state, basically. But as a whole, what are you creating in your mind 24/7? Because what you are creating in your mind, consciously or unconsciously, is what manifests in your life. And guess what? You don't need techniques to create the best year of your life. You can, by all means, you can use techniques, especially if you are new. I would suggest that you use techniques, but you don't have to. Techniques, anyhow, are only helpers to help you to get there, to get in the state. But what I don't want you to do in this year 2024 is to use techniques as a means to an end. Techniques are not a means to an end, meaning that if you start creating the belief and the assumption that without the technique, you can't manifest your SP or money or health, then you are putting the technique on a pedestal. You are putting the technique ahead of you. You are God, not the technique. Imagination, however, is not a technique because, like I said, we imagine in one way or another all the time. And imagination is what? Well, Neville said imagination is God. So imagination is not a technique. However, forcing imagination using SATs or using affirmations, for example, or even subliminals, whatever you are using to force imagination, this is a technique. So that's the big difference. To tell you the truth, lately, all I do to manifest is make a decision and write it down in a notebook. I write it down, I close the book, and I move on to my day. And sure enough, few days, weeks, maybe months, it doesn't matter. But a short while later, I manifest my desire. The very last one was yesterday. I wrote something down, and I'm not going to say what it is because this is the thing. I cannot put my whole life out there, right? But I wrote something down no more than 2 to 3 weeks ago. I made a decision. Number one, by not accepting something that was the case, right? When I tell you, when other good coaches out there are telling you, when Neville said, do not accept what you hear. You don't have to accept it. The moment you accept it, you already manifest more of it, right? But if you hear something that you do not want to hear or experience something you don't want to experience, number one, you don't accept it. So I did not accept something that was the case, so to speak, right? In my physical life, I said, no, I do not want that. I wrote it down. I want this and this to be the case instead. And it happened just 2-3 weeks later. So this law works. Of course it works because it's life, right? Life is imagination pushed out into the physical 3D world. So it works. It works easily and effortlessly. By the way, do not even bother taking actions from nothing and from nowhere, but become the person you want to be. Decide what you want and become that person from within in imagination that has whatever the heck she or he wants. You can write it down. You can also use techniques, whatever. But decide who you want to be and become that person from within. And then leave it alone. Of course, drop all the double-mindedness, the opposite thoughts, the fear, all of that has to go. But if you do this, it's very simple. And that's going to change your year. That's going to make the best year you've ever had. And that's going to change your whole life. And I have tons of emails from listeners, people watching my channel, people reading my articles, clients who are changing their lives, who have changed their lives in the few past years already, just by understanding and using this law. So like I said, I will be making a couple of videos, one about me, one about a SP success story, and that's going to blow your mind and encourage you to do the same. If you need my help, I have one-on-one coaching, email coaching, group coaching, and a manifesting guide. All the links are down below this video. And I have my social media, Facebook group, and Instagram. Thank you for watching, and much love to you all, and very happy New Year. See you next time.